is going on? How you doing? It is Marlon Hurd, the Valuenaire. Hold on one second. I want to make sure that there we go. There we go. What's going on, everybody? Should have had this up. There we go. It's fixing some stuff. Perfect. What's going on? Hope you're having a wonderful day today, no matter what day it is. Back here with some more incredible financial value. Our goal here is to make this a really simple process for you. Just give me some things that you may want to think about when it comes to, for those of you who are looking to change your financial status, right? Whether it's to make more money, whether it's to be in a position where no one could put their thumb on you. I remember I learned that in network marketing. Art Williams said something. He said, people want to be in a position where no one can put their thumb on them, right? And push them down and control their lives. But the freedom that a lot of us are looking for is going to cost, right? Freedom has never been free, and you're gonna have to pay for your freedom. That freedom costs, and it doesn't, that money's not gonna grow on trees. It's not gonna come to you by happenstance. It's not gonna come to you through luck. It's gonna come through preparation, and it's gonna come through a building process. And that building process may be a 3 to 5 year process. And when I first heard that, I was like, 3 to 5 years. I'm like, wow, that seems like a long time, okay? But at the time this video is being made, it's 2026, and it seems like we just came out of COVID. It's already been 6 years since that time, all right? And I'm only using that period of time because it's something that was so catastrophic, everybody remembers, but just look how quickly we got away from it in a short period of time. So just look at it in a 6-month period. Every 6 months, something is changing. So let's get into this. Let's see here. Let us see. I'm gonna share my screen here. There we go. Yes, sir. There we go. Make me a little bigger. All right. So let's get into this. Hope y'all can see the screen. All right. And this is really simple stuff. Some of the things I've done, well, a lot of things I've done, and then some things that I am still working on. Everything is always a work in progress, and there's an end goal I'm looking to get to, all right? And if I can get to this end goal, then what I built will be able to take care of me. And so that's what we're looking to do, but it starts with your financial foundation. It starts with your system. It starts with your habits, okay? It's what you do repeatedly is where it counts. So your system, what you're dumping your money into, and your habits, all right? And your habits. That's why I created the free community so that you can be around individuals. So when you start to feel weak or I don't know if I could do this, you can come to the community, all right? Just like church. That's why church is every Sunday, because throughout the week, things are gonna be hitting you up, and you wanna come to a place where you can get re-cleaned, refreshed, right? And say, okay, I can do it. And you come back the next week, you get clean, you get refreshed. Okay, I can do it. All right. That's why a lot of our calls on Sunday, so you can come, get re-cleaned, refreshed, and say, hey, I can do it. All right. So let's get into it. 3 things to avoid if you want financial freedom. We got high interest debt, emotional spending, and living without a plan. Okay. So most people think becoming wealthy is about making more money, finding the perfect investment, landing a better paying job. But here's the truth. Financial freedom isn't built by what you earn. It's built by what you stop doing. Every wealthy person learns one important lesson. Wealth isn't just created by good decisions. It's protected by avoiding bad ones. Now, you're not going to be able to avoid all bad, okay? So those bad ones you need are lessons. Those are going to be lessons for you. A lot of things that you're going to have in this process are going to be lessons. You don't lose, you either win or you learn. You don't lose, you either win or you learn. So those times where you're not winning, you're learning, okay? You are learning. So I met 2 friends. They both make $75,000 per year. Both receive raises every few years. Both work hard. Fast forward 10 years. One owns investments. One has an emergency fund. One sleeps peacefully. The other has credit card debt, car payments, lives paycheck to paycheck, feels stressed every payday. Same income, different decisions. The difference wasn't how much money they earned, it was what they avoided. So when you make a decision, right? Decide rhymes with su is side, ham is side. When you decide, it's the death of all other options. It's the death of all other options. Okay, so let's get back to it. All right, mistake number 1, high interest debt. High interest debt. Let's make this a little bigger, okay, just so we can see it. The truth is, high interest debt doesn't just cost money, it steals your future, okay? It steals your future. So if you have bad credit, do not attempt to get a loan. It's going to cost you almost double. Sometimes, especially like things like payday loans and cash advances. That cost. Sometimes what you do with your money, you can pay for it yourself without getting a loan for it. Okay, so let's keep going. So it says every month you're making payments, but the balance barely moves. Meanwhile, the bank is getting richer, not you. Here's what happens. You finance a couch, you finance a phone, you finance furniture, you finance vacations, you finance a car. Eventually, your paycheck already belongs to someone else before you even receive it. So here's an example. A $10,000 balance at 25% interest can cost thousands of dollars in interest alone if you only make minimum payments. The money could have been invested. It could have built your emergency fund. It could have purchased assets. Instead, it purchased profits for the lender. Now this is advanced. The reason I say it's advanced is that most people don't operate like this. Most people do not operate, and what I'm getting ready to share with you. So if you're gonna go get something like a car, right now, I know that a lot of people out there need transportation. You got to get around. I understand that. If you're gonna go buy a car, one of the first things you should do, especially if you just want a new car, you don't need one, is attempt to purchase an asset that can pay for the car. Now, you may not be in this position right now. You may not even understand what this means, but I'm telling you now so that you can start thinking about it. So here's what, maybe you purchased a piece of property, okay? Maybe you purchased a piece of property and that property is turning maybe $1,000 in profit. And let's say your new car note is $400. Well, that asset is now paying for the car. So when you're ready to turn that car in, or you're done driving that car, the asset remains and the asset appreciates over time. Okay. Now, an asset doesn't have to be property. An asset could be a business that you start. Let's say that business after a couple of months is earning an additional $300 to $500 a month. You may be able to take a piece of that to help pay for the car. So I know most people aren't in that position. Most people aren't thinking like that, but now that I'm saying it to you, so when you say, okay, I want to buy this car, well, how much is it going to cost per month? It's going to cost about $500 a month. Let me start looking and thinking about assets that it could either pay for or help me pay for it. It could be a business, it could be property, it could be some type of investment, something that turns a profit, all right, that can either help you pay for or pay for it in full, okay? Just something to think about, all right? Maybe you're not there yet, and if you are there, start there. Maybe you start a business and you say, okay, I want a new car the next year or 6 months. Maybe 6 months from now, that business is turning an additional $600 a month. And that new payment might be $500 a month. And you could take half of the $600 to help pay for the car. Now you're only paying $200 a month out of your own money if you're still working. Okay. And the great thing about that business is that it can continue to grow, all right, as long as you stay at it. So hope you're getting some value there. So here's the lesson. High interest debt doesn't simply cost money, it steals opportunity. Every dollar spent on interest is a dollar that never builds wealth. So instead of asking, can I afford the payment, start asking, how much is this purchase really gonna cost? Because there's insurance, there's maintenance. So just ask yourself, how much is this purchase really going to cost? So mistake 2, emotional spending, all right? Sometimes we believe that things are owed to us. Hey, did this, so let me get this. Hey, I had a hard work week, deserve this, right? It's called retail therapy. You get it now and worry about later. But when later comes, sometimes that later is like 6 months from now. You're like, oh my gosh, what did I do this for? All right. So this is a hidden enemy. Most purchases aren't logical. They're emotional. I still do this because why? It makes you feel good. We buy because we're stressed, we're lonely, we're celebrated, we're frustrated, we're bored. Retail therapy feels good for about 15 minutes, then reality arrives. That is so true. Here's the cycle: stress, shopping, temporary happiness, credit card bill, more stress, more shopping, more debt. It's a cycle. So you create the stress by shopping, and you do more shopping, which creates more stress, and then more shopping, which creates more stress. And then next, you got a $3,000 credit card bill. Okay, so wealthy people think differently. And when are wealthy people, I'm just talking about the way they think. Remember, wealth is a measure of time. They don't ask, what do I want today? They ask, what do I want my life to look like 5 years from now? A mentor of mine told me a long time ago, begin with the end in mind. So what does your end goal look like? So start there every day. And so then you start to work backwards and ask, will this get me to that point? If the answer is no, don't do it. So every purchase either moves you closer to freedom or further away. Here's the lesson. If you emotionally control your wallet, your wallet will never build your future. So instead of emotional spending, practice intentional spending. Before you purchase, ask yourself, do I need this? Will this improve my future? Am I buying this because I'm emotional? That one question has saved people thousands of dollars. It's just a simple question. Is this going to hinder me or is this going to help me? So mistake 3, living without a plan. There's a movie out there called Along Came Polly, and there was a scene with Ben Stiller and it's not Jennifer Aniston. I can't even name right now. It might be Jennifer Aniston. And he told her she's on the non-plan plan. She's like, I just live life by the seat of my pants. And he is like, well, that's the challenge. You're on the non-plan plan. I was like, wow. A lot of people are on the non-plan plan. They don't have a plan. Well, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. So just write a couple things down. It doesn't have to be a lot. Just start somewhere. Just write some things down of how you want your life to look. Once you write it down, it starts to create. Once you write it down, it starts creating. And you start to create your blueprint. And once it's on the blueprint, then it starts to become reality. So money without direction always disappears. If you don't tell your money where to go, life will gladly spend it for you. Bills, emergencies, subscriptions, impulse purchases, unexpected expenses. The result, years pass, but nothing changes. No plan looks like no emergency fund, no investing, no savings goals, no debt payoff strategy, no monthly review, no financial direction. You're simply reacting, not leading. Now, listen, I know all of this is probably new. You've never done it before, but this is what it takes. It takes all of this. But after a while, it becomes what you do. Imagine getting into your car without entering a destination. Would you expect to arrive somewhere meaningful? Of course not. Money works the same exact way. Every wealthy person has a plan. Financial freedom isn't accidental, it's designed. You have to design your freedom. So you don't need a perfect plan. You simply just need a better one than yesterday. I just said that. It doesn't have to be perfect. You can write down 3 things. Number 1, I'm going to cancel 2 subscriptions that I don't use. I'm going to spend 1 day less buying coffee. So maybe you buy coffee every day from Starbucks or Dunkin' or your favorite coffee spot. I'm going to take 1 day and not buy coffee. That's $5 extra. That's $5 extra a week, $20 extra a month, $240 extra a year that you now have doing something else because you made one decision. And then number 2, I'm going to start building an emergency fund. That $5 is going to go into a different account. So when an emergency comes up, I may have some things. I can go grab somewhere. All right. So let's put these 3 wealth killers together. High interest debt steals your future. Emotional spending steals your discipline. Living without a plan steals your direction. Together, they quietly drain thousands of dollars every year. Most people never notice until decades have passed. So here's what we're doing at the Budget Boys. Here's our solution. All right, we're good on time. We don't believe budgeting is about restriction. We believe it's about freedom. Our wealth operating system helps you discover where your money's leaking, allocate every dollar with purpose, eliminate unnecessary debt, build emergency fund savings, invest consistently, grow wealth automatically. So instead of asking, where did all my money go? You'll start saying, look how much progress I made, okay? Even if you just stop spending money on one subscription, it will change everything. That $15 a month is now going somewhere else that will benefit you in your process. So the first you want to do is find out what your leak score is. How much money is leaking? How much money is leaking? And we have a whole process for that. All right. So this week, take your leak score assessment. Write down your 3 biggest money leaks and then choose one leak to eliminate this week. I just mentioned, I've been saying that throughout this whole broadcast. So not next month, not next year, this week. Small wins become big victories. Do this week, right now, as soon as this is over. Okay. Financial freedom isn't reserved for people who make 6 figures. It's available to everybody, but it's for people who consistently make wise decisions with money they already have. Every dollar has a job. Every decision matters. Every habit compounds. The question isn't, can I become wealthy? The question is, am I willing to stop doing the things that keep me broke? Okay. So come join us in the community. All right. Let me push this down. All right. Come join the free community. It's free. Come join the free community. As a matter of fact, let me stop sharing so that you can see this. Okay. I'm doing this from, let's see. There we go. So you can see this for yourself. I have to Let me get my face out of the way. There we go. Okay, so this is our community. These are all of our posts. You can come here to the classroom, take your free leak assessment. All right, all you do is click here. It's going to open up into our process right here. Just a simple bot, but all I did was give it some instructions. This is free, all right? You upload 90 days of your financial documents, like your bank statements, and let it run the process and give you a leak score. It's going to really break down where you are, okay? Showing you how much you're potentially leaking from your finances, okay? And then you'll schedule your free 20-minute leak score review. This is free, okay? We're going to go over, oh, let me fix that. It's 20 minutes, right? Sometimes you got to catch things live, okay? And then we'll go over your assessment, and from there you can decide what steps this is free too. All right, this is free. Then we have your 90-minute personalized financial allocation session. This is a paid session, but it's 90 minutes. We're going to put together your personal plan, and then you decide you can keep it up with our wealth operating system. Right, we're really this right here is a masterpiece. Okay, and we also got a cool little podcast you can take a look at. All right, so let me stop sharing. So hope you got some value today. All right, I know the video was on, but I want to make sure I get enough. I want to make sure that I'm giving you enough information. It's so much more that goes into this than just the 8 or 9 minutes. Okay, so Marlon the Valuenaire. Hope you got some value today. We'll see you on the next video.